In a remarkable archaeological discovery, researchers have uncovered evidence of an 11,000-year-old settlement in Canada, which has provided new insights into the history of Indigenous peoples in North America. This finding suggests that the Indigenous population of the region settled in the area approximately 1,000 years earlier than previously thought. The discovery not only challenges the traditional timeline of human migration across the continent, but it also highlights the resilience and rich cultural heritage of Indigenous communities in Canada. The site was uncovered in the northern part of the country, in what is today the province of British Columbia. Researchers initially stumbled upon the site while conducting routine excavations, but subsequent testing and carbon dating revealed that the settlement dates back at least 11,000 years, pushing the timeline of human settlement in the region back further than expected. The site itself contains evidence of early Indigenous life, including stone tools, animal remains, and remnants of what is believed to be early housing structures. What makes this discovery particularly significant is the sheer number of artifacts and the complexity of the settlement, which suggest that Indigenous people were living in this region much earlier than previously thought. Before this discovery, many scholars had believed that humans first arrived in North America around 10,000 years ago, following the last ice age. The new evidence, however, suggests that these early settlers arrived and thrived in the region much sooner, challenging the conventional theories about migration patterns across the continent. The new findings in Canada have forced researchers to reconsider the broader narrative about how Indigenous peoples populated the Americas. According to previous models, the ancestors of modern Indigenous communities are believed to have crossed the Bering Land Bridge, a landmass that once connected Asia to North America, sometime during the end of the last ice age. Once across, it was assumed that these early settlers spread out across the continent. However, with this discovery in British Columbia, researchers now believe that early Indigenous people may have settled in parts of North America much earlier than expected, possibly bypassing traditional migration routes. The evidence also suggests that these early settlers were more sophisticated than once thought, with complex tools and a deep understanding of their environment. What stands out in the context of this discovery is the role of Indigenous knowledge. Many Indigenous communities have oral histories that recount stories of their ancestors living in specific regions for thousands of years. These oral traditions have long been dismissed by mainstream archaeology, but this finding lends significant weight to the validity of Indigenous knowledge. The traditional stories that Indigenous peoples have passed down from generation to generation may hold crucial insights into the history of human settlement in the Americas. This discovery also highlights the ongoing contributions of Indigenous scholars and communities to the field of archaeology. Indigenous researchers and historians have long advocated for a more inclusive approach to understanding the past, one that values both scientific research and traditional knowledge. As this discovery shows, Indigenous peoples have long had a deep connection to the land, and their insights are invaluable in piecing together the history of human habitation in the Americas. Before this discovery, many scholars adhered to the Clovis first model, which posited that the first humans to settle in North America were the Clovis people, who are believed to have lived around 13,000 years ago. This theory was based largely on archaeological evidence of distinctive stone tools found in the southwestern United States. The Clovis culture was thought to represent the first human migration into the Americas, and much of the archaeological research in the region has been based on this model. However, the discovery in British Columbia calls into question the Clovis first theory. The artifacts found at the site, as well as the carbon dating, suggest that people were living in the region long before the Clovis culture emerged. This challenges the prevailing notion that the Clovis people were the first to inhabit North America, and it opens up new avenues of research into earlier migration waves. In response to this new evidence, archaeologists are now re-evaluating previous assumptions about the timing and nature of the first human settlements in North America. The discovery of this 11,000-year-old settlement is likely to spark a re-examination of the archaeological record and may lead to the recognition of other early settlements across the continent. The discovery of such an ancient settlement also has significant cultural and social implications for Indigenous communities in Canada. Many Indigenous groups have long argued that their histories and experiences have been overlooked in traditional historical narratives. The idea that indigenous peoples have been in North America for much longer than previously believed challenges the colonial narratives that have often minimized their presence and contributions. For indigenous peoples, this discovery serves as a powerful reminder of their enduring connection to the land. It also emphasizes the importance of preserving and sharing their knowledge and traditions. Indigenous communities have been stewards of their lands for millennia, and this discovery further reinforces the importance of protecting these lands and preserving indigenous ways of life for future generations. In addition, the discovery provides an opportunity for greater collaboration between indigenous communities and the scientific community. By working together, both groups can gain a deeper understanding of the past, while also fostering mutual respect and trust. The findings from British Columbia offer a glimpse into a shared history that can be celebrated and acknowledged by all. The discovery of an 11,000-year-old Indigenous settlement in Canada marks an exciting new chapter in the ongoing exploration of North America's ancient past. It challenges long-held assumptions about the timing and nature of human settlement in the Americas and provides new evidence of the complexity and sophistication of early Indigenous societies. This finding not only deepens our understanding of the history of the Indigenous peoples of Canada but also invites us to re-examine the broader narrative of human migration and settlement in the Americas. As research into this discovery continues, it is likely that we will uncover even more surprising and profound insights into the ancient history of North America. Ultimately, this discovery serves as a reminder that the history of the Americas is far more complex and multifaceted than we once believed. Indigenous peoples have played an integral role in shaping the continent for millennia, and their stories, both ancient and contemporary, deserve to be heard, respected, and understood.